Hi, it's Jen from Navigating Baby Loss, and today I want to talk about something that can feel like a second loss. It's not your baby this time, it's your friends. Maybe you've noticed it already. The texts slow down, the calls stop coming, invitations disappear. The people who once felt closest to you now feel like complete strangers. And it hurts. It hurts in a way that is hard to even put into words. So, today we're going to talk all about why this happens, what it really means, and what it doesn't, and how to take care of yourself when it feels like you're losing people that you thought would always be there. So, if you've been feeling confused, abandoned, or just plain lonely lately, I want you to know you're probably not imagining it. You're not being dramatic, and it's very real. And it's one of the hardest parts of life about after stillbirth that no one warns you about. When I lost my twin daughters, I knew, I didn't just think my world stopped. I knew it did. But what I didn't expect was the awkwardness and how fast everyone else's life was going to keep going while mine felt like it was frozen in time. I had friends who were wonderful and cried with me in those first few days, who dropped off meals and sent cards and checked in, said they'd be there for anything and just let me know what you need, even though I had no idea what that would be. But then the weeks passed and then the months, and I started to notice they weren't they weren't asking. In fact, they were almost avoiding. And when I did see them, there was this complete awkwardness. I think, to be fair, when you're in the childbirth years, this is something that no one wants to even imagine could possibly happen to them. So when they see you, if they are expecting or thinking about it or have young children, it reminds them of the unpredictability of life. So lots of times people will look at you like they don't know what to say, or maybe they don't want to say anything at all. And at first, I blamed myself because I'm just too much now. I have too much. It's too heavy. Maybe I'm the sad friend now, the one that no one wants to be around. I'm the broken one. But here's what I've really learned since then is when you lose your baby, it doesn't just change you, it changes every relationship too, even your friends, especially your partner, but even your friends, sometimes even your family relationships. And it goes way beyond that, but we'll just call it there. And sometimes it's just because people are uncomfortable with grief, especially baby loss. They don't know what to say. And they're scared of saying the wrong thing. So instead of reaching out, they say nothing at all, which makes it all so awkward. Other times, your pain is just too big for them to hold. Some people just can't. Even though they care, they just don't know how to care for you like this. So they quietly back away, which is super painful. Sometimes because your life no longer fits the way it used to with them. Your world shattered and theirs didn't. And it creates this invisible gap that's really hard to cross. But this is what I want you to hear. Their silence doesn't mean that they don't remember your baby. Their silence doesn't mean that they don't care about you. Normally, it's more about them. It's not that you're too much or not enough. Their silence isn't proof that your baby didn't matter to them. It just means some people aren't able to show up in the way you hope they would. And that's not about you, that's about them. I had a client who told me it feels like I lost my baby and my best friend in the same season. Her friend had been by her side through everything until the stillbirth, and then she ghosted her. No texts, no checking in, not even on the baby's birthday. She was heartbroken, but as we talked, she realized something really powerful, that her friend wasn't showing up not because she did anything wrong, but because her friend didn't know how to sit with pain that she couldn't fix. It didn't make it hurt less, but it did help her to stop blaming herself because she realized it was all on the friend. And that's what I want for you too. So, what can you do when you feel your friendships fading or when someone ghosts you? First, acknowledge the loss of your friendship because it is a loss and it's okay to grieve it. You're allowed to feel hurt, confused, and even angry. Those feelings are real and they deserve space. Second, remember that some friendships might come back. I've seen this more than once too. Someone disappears, and then a year or so later, they show back up and they've done some work, they've grown, and they're ready to meet you more where you are. And if that happens and it feels right for you, you can welcome them back. If it doesn't, you don't have to. Third, give your energy to the people who do show up. They might surprise you. Sometimes, most of the time, it's the ones you don't expect, but they're there. It's the neighbor who quietly checks in. Maybe it's a coworker who sends you thoughtful messages, or the stranger in an online group who just somehow gets what you're feeling. These are your safe people. Let them be a part of your healing. And lastly, don't shut your heart down completely. I know it's tempting to build walls to protect yourself from the hurt of being let down again. But there are people out there who can hold space for your story, people who can honor your baby's memory right alongside you. I know because I found them, and you can too. A little side note was that my best friend was dying of cancer during the time that I had my loss. I had my rainbow baby. She died about 6 months after that. She was with me through the whole thing. She was there for the birth of my rainbow baby. She was so happy because I remember her telling me she worried I would never be happy again. Losing her after that made me shy away from getting close to anyone else for a long time because I was afraid if I did, I would lose them. But before we wrap this up, I want to remind you of something really important. There are people who are meant to walk this road with you, and there are people who are not. It's not a reflection of you or how meaningful your baby is. That's a reflection of them. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm so glad you're here, and you deserve friendships that feel safe, grief that feels witnessed, and a future that is full of meaning. Until next time.